Good day, everyone. It's 1:14 p.m. Today is Thursday, the 1st. We have a disclosure here. There is a risk in the future trading. As I said yesterday in the video, we are expecting a very good run today, and we did. We got it. From last week, we had a beautiful run, a lot of movement. We have a lot of traders made a lot of money. Then on Friday, we showed on a video that the market was just stopped on Friday. Then on Monday, we had chop, and then we have all those news came out. And yesterday on my previous video, I said today we're going to have a good run, and we did have a good run. Connection, NinjaTrader broker, absolutely, and it is 1:15. Get it out of the way. I want to cover today, if you look at the control, we have the YM, and this is the YM. We are still on that trade, and it is a 5 minutes, a real-time chart, a real time frame. And then if we are looking at this chart, we start when we start the DAX in the morning, early morning. We had one trade, one losing trade, and then we had one small losing trade, and we took off with that trade from 1040 non-stop, and we still on that trade, and it is beautiful. Some of the, let me get this one out of the way. Also, because of a lot of news in Europe. Again, we did it on the DAX. I want to cover some of those DAX today. For the guys, they have the proper amount, and we will show also for the guys, they have a lower account, what they can do. Today on the 244 ticks, we had one trade today, and it was at 651. And we were done with that trade around 8:23 Eastern time, and it was done 7,900. On the 1,000 volume here, we had a trade at 739, and we were done at 951, 11,000 euro. On the 1 minute, which is my favorite, it's irrelevant which one makes more money. I like stability in the market, and we had one almost a break even, and then we took the trade at 554. We were done at 730. I want to take this one here. The 3 minutes chart, we had one almost break even, and then we took that trade at 657, and we were done at 951, 11,000 euro on one trade. For the guys have the right amount, they can afford to trade the DAX. For the guys do not have enough beef in the account, please. The DAX moves very fast, and that maybe is not a good idea to start with the DAX. This is another one. We took the first trade at 729. We were done at 931, 12,260 euro. You have a slippage and commission, then that's mean you walked away with a 12,000 euro. And on and on and on. What I want to cover today, the Nasdaq all hit targets, YM all hit targets. I want to show to continue for the guys are not aware how the market moves, or they are expecting the market to move every day for them. This is a very serious business trade in the futures. This is not going to happen If this market moving again and again and again, I will say that. If this market moving, we are making money. If this market not moving, for the guy owns the auto trade, does not mean he is a market mover. What he does, he owns an auto trade. He rent the YM, he has no inventory, or he rent the DAX, or he rent the NASDAQ. He has no inventory to move the market. I wish I can move the market for you. I cannot do that. So on a day like today, when the market is moving, you will have enough beef to cover for the rest of the week, whether the run was on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. Management is the most important. It's not the numbers, because some days you will be making more money than some other days, but the most important, how we can manage. And this is my problem with a lot of amateur trading. They don't understand that. They think by staying in the market longer, then they can make more money. You could be making more money, or you can be losing more money. The whole idea I want to today show for a guy on a $3,000-$4,000, and those are the most noises coming in from. I'm gonna show you a little small platform on NinjaTrader, a little setup for you that will give you an idea how to do some live trading. And absolutely, you see sometimes on a YouTube a guy taking an auto trade on an ES with the 2-3 contracts, DAX 2-3 contracts. I understand that. But if you do not have enough beef for that, and the ES didn't do well today, that can cause a problem if your account cannot handle losses. So I did some small video today for those guys on a smaller amount, how they need to start with their $3,000-$4,000, and you cannot do any more aggressive. This is a live trading. What we are looking at on the right hand side is the YM 1 minute and the NASDAQ 1 minute, and this is a live trade. That's why the dome are in white. And then if we are looking on the left corner here, we will see you will see the dome is in a blue, and the charts are in white. Those are on a sim, and you can see from the chart trader, those are on a sim. And on the right hand side, it is the live trading. This is the way you need to set up your auto trade, especially in a swing trading. And as an example, if we look down on those trades, we had almost, let me go back with that trade. I need to see that trade. The first trade was on the NASDAQ. If we look on that trade on the NASDAQ, I'm going to stop that video. If we look that trade on the NASDAQ, the first trade on the NASDAQ, which we can see at this moment today at 9:52, the NASDAQ was jumping. For the guys are real trading with a live account today, they have seen how the NASDAQ was jumping, not the guy on a sim. If we look at the entry between the live trading and the demo day, the entry was 9:36.25. Enter the market on a sim on the live order through your broker, NinjaTrader broker. It was 9:36. So we were one tick cheaper than the sim. The sim was 9:36.25. We exit at 33.25, where the sim exit at 33.75. The second entry was 31.25, and this one here was 31.25. Is exactly to the same tick we entered the market. Then the market took the other direction. Very good. We exit on the sim at 9:40, and then we exit on the live market with your NinjaTrader at 39.75. So there is one tick in slippage, and this is a very important. In the swing trading, we can afford that slippage. You do not have to have a web or a server, because we can afford it. However, if we are looking at the YM, the YM was a bit slower than the Nasdaq. If you look at the dome with the Nasdaq is jumping, where on the YM is not. So we entered the market at 26,035, and we entered the market live trade at 26,035, and there was no slippage, and that's why you see both of the amount is precisely the same. This is a setup for the guy have a $3,000-$4,000 that swing trade, and believe me or not, the guy on the CL is not making more money than you are. Don't jump and dance with a gorilla if you cannot afford to dance with him. Don't jump on the DAX if you cannot afford the losses on the DAX. If the DAX goes in the wrong side, that can be easily 1,000 euro losses. So you have to be careful. You have to always remember that you have to prepare for a bad day. So if you can catch the trend, if you can catch the trend on the YM on one trade and can make you 300, 400, 500, 600, some traders last week made $2,000 on the Nasdaq by one trade because they catch the trend. So the guy on the CL, he's not doing better than you are. If this market moving, we are making money. If this market not moving and you do not see any money coming in by 10:30, 11 o'clock, you need to call it off. Whether you get your feeling hurt or you are getting frustrated, everybody get frustrated in the market. But we cannot move the market for you. If by 10:30, 11 o'clock, you don't see bread on the table, you need to stop. And that it is one of the rules in the trading, because it could be is going to be the same all day long, and that can cause serious damage. Or it might break out in the afternoon and start going smooth. But this is part of the trading. I don't understand how guys, they want it to be green every day. This is not going to happen, guys. Not with that auto trade, and not with any auto trade out there. Even the bankers, where they have a bunch of IT people sitting on the other room adjusting the auto trades, out of a 300 trades, they do have around 100, 150 losing trades. So that is not going to happen. Most of the trading is losing with the automated trading, lack of management, and a lack of reading the market. So as an example, what we saw in the live trade on the YM, how and why I decided to take the YM today and some other market by, let's look at the YM, the 1 minute. This is earlier today doing the Globex. Look, here it was a really nasty place, a nasty area, and it was one line. So the auto trade did not make. It's the same YM, it is the same strategy, the same setting. You just have seen that video on the live trade. So when the market was straight, there is nothing to trade. And then later on, when this market started moving today, immediately at 8 to 12 took a trade and closed at 9:30. And you can see within the minute this market moved, we nailed $1,000 out of it. So it is again and again to the amateur trading. Those are the ones making a lot of noises. If this market is not moving, that auto trade is not gonna make you money. Once this auto trade moves, it will make money. If you are looking for an auto trade can make money every second and every hour and every day, this is a wrong auto trade for you. I am very sure there is somebody there will tell you he has it. But let's see. So the reality is, again, I wanted to make sure, I know I'm repeating myself, I apologize for that, but for some reason when we're trying to explain how to auto trade, a lot of people brush me off and they think no, this cannot be. Yes, it is, and you will find the hard way after you lose your hard money. You will find the hard way that there is nothing called green all the time. And that is the story. So today we have seen the movement, and as I said in the previous video, that we can run those auto trades 1 hour before the markets open, and then we can immediately make a decision if we wanted to trade or not on that one here, or we want to choose a YM or a NASDAQ. For a guy who has a limited resource, then you cannot go wrong by taking one YM, your favorite time frame, and one NASDAQ. One of them is gonna maybe gonna bump into volatility or some kind of chop time, and then at least the other one will take off and will cover the other one. But this is a good start if you start NASDAQ and YM, and don't think the guy on the ES is doing better, and don't think the guy on the CL is doing better, because if this market moving, you will be making as much money as this guy has been sitting and trading the CL for 20 years. Trust me on that one. And I don't want to go through all of them because all of them did very well. Let's take the NASDAQ 1 minute just for... This is the NASDAQ today, and we had a run around 828 and took it, made 980. But you can see earlier today it was not much movement, and that is a lot of a trade for swing trading. I don't like too much trade on it, but we had a very small losses. But then at the end of the day, let's say you have around $80 between takes, between slippage and commission, you still can walk away on the NASDAQ with around $900, and this is a very affordable. What I want to try to cover today is the other swing trading we have. This is the other automated trading. This is a different system than the other one we have. On this one here, you have the market analyzer. It tells you the direction, it tells you the entry, tells you the safe entry, tell you the trailing stop, telling you the trailing stop too. So practically you don't have to think, and then you can automate it, ATM or fully automated, or you can use your own ATM. They all fire the same signal. They all fire the same signal, and they all have the same target. It's just how you want it to trade that market. So let's take as an example the ES. This is your ES, and we can see we have a trade at an entry at the 28.20. If we look at the market analyzer on the top, you can see the entry price right there, and it says 28.50. That's true. This is the entry price. It does it by itself. You don't have to do any calculation or clicking anywhere. The market, if this market moving, you have a very high target. If this market is flat today, the target will be somewhere else. It depends on the market movement. So those targets are not fixed price. Again, they are not fixed price. It's based on the market movement. If we look at the trailing stop is 20. Now we just have the gold hit the target. Let's jump right away on the gold. The gold just hit the target. So we have an entry on the gold at 1342. Where is the here is the gold, and it is 45.9. Oh no, sorry. It is 42 level. This is the safe entry. The entry price was at 42 level, and here's a 42 level. Then you have the trailing stops. Those trailing stops are fibs. Minor support and major support, those are fib lines. So your trailing stop on one on the gold is 46.1 right now, right there. This is your minor. And then your second one, it is 45.7, and this is your 45.7. And if we notice, your target was at 1347, and this is your 1447. This one here made 58 ticks. And now once we hit the target, there is nothing we need to look at anymore. We don't need to go long or short. But why the safe entry here? If we notice, the safe entry is between the two support line. Most of the time when the target hit, it goes back to the support level, and immediately a trader, because he don't have to use his motion, neither he has to have an experience, is everything plotted for him, and then immediately you will have an entry, and you know where is your entry because it's been calculated. So this is your entry, and this is your stop loss below the trailing stop, the fib line. Most of the time this target, after it hits, goes back and it gets filled somewhere around that area. But if this market broke that level here, then we are looking for a new signal. This is a very easy way for the guy doesn't want to think. He can auto trade it or manual trade it, which I personally still like to be in charge with my charts. I don't have to be at the mercy of any auto trade. I like to know what the auto trade is doing. I'm not just looking at the numbers. I like to watch the market. How is it going? So let's look another one today. We have the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ made 176. Let's look at it and see what's going on. We had an entry today at 69.24. Here is your entry at 69.24. Your target was a 96. And then if we notice here how this market, look at this, guys, how this market came in exactly to the support line. And now this is the last stop for this NASDAQ. And then after that, it is over for the long. There is nothing in this business 100%. Absolutely, there is nothing in this business 100%. But for the guy has the right amount of money, those are reasonable futures where most of the traders trade the ES, NASDAQ, YM, 30-year Treasury bond, CL, and a gold. If we are looking at this one here, at any given time, only when the signals change, then the numbers get lower because, you know, now we are on a new signal. But at any given time, you have over 100 tick at any given time. This market analyzer is based on one contract, and it is based on 1 minute. So for the guy has the money, he can take one ES, one NASDAQ, one YM, one 30-year Treasury bond, one CL, one gold. And he can take it manual trade or an auto trade. And then once he sees his 100 tick, he can flatten everything out. And now he is not worrying about the ES if it's gonna take that new signal or not, or the NASDAQ didn't make it today, because this guy is looking at the total number, which is 100 tick. At the moment, we have a 300 ticks in a profit on those 6-7 instruments. And the guy, if he is on 100 tick, he will be, if we notice right now, we got the new signal on the NASDAQ. And because it broke all those levels, now the NASDAQ is getting on a new signal. And if we notice now, the signal, the target, is a total different number of ticks than when it was long. Before it was extremely high because the market was moving. And right now, we are on a sell trade, and then you have the target at the 54 level. However, if this market decide to pull back, where is gonna go ahead and pull back? It's gonna pull back in those area here where it's a heavy support or heavy resistance. And this is where also this is one of the clever ideas, that one guy can take one trade right there as a sell entry, and if this market took that trade and kept going, is very fine. If it's not, it's a very easy stand going on a 2 contract. He can make another 1 sell order right there, so he will average somewhere in between. So if you are trying to follow this, look at this. I'm gonna stay on this one here. So if you wanted to take the trade from the signal, is a very good. You can do it by right click, or you can use the auto trade, doesn't matter. If this target went back, I can go ahead and load 1 more contract. So it is very important to take 1 contract on the way on the new signal and take 1 right there. So now you have 2, because most likely if this market pulling back, this is where the market is gonna rebound from. And then I will put my 2 stop losses above this line, because if this market going and able to break all those levels, that's mean we have a new signal. And if we notice right now, also for me, I can see there is those your $35 zone. There is a very nice support right there. So I don't want it to be on the target. That's why I like this little touch beside the auto trade, because the auto trade, you can fear it to say, okay, 5 ticks below or 5 ticks after the target. You can do that to an auto trade, and I can show you you can do that on the auto trade. But this is not the idea. The idea is sometimes a human interfering can really. Today I was with a gentleman today. His name David, and we were watching his CL on his chart. On the CL, his daily target was 400. I'm sorry, his daily target was 500, and it happened to be the CL was done at 497. He was missing $3 to hit the target, and I told him, I chat with him, I said, look, now those $3 is gonna make a problem, and it did. The CL took another trade, and we were $3 away to hit the 500s, and then it took a losing trade, and now we are down to 285. So from $500 shining away, $3 to hit the target, which in cases like this, the human interfering and stopping or pause that auto trade, because it's irrelevant, those $3. But by staying on that trade, that made us get in trouble. So as an example on this one here, you can feed it to the auto trade. Is a very easy. What you can do to an auto trade, those are your auto trade. You can, whether it's an ATM or an ATM strategy, or they're all on the same signal right there. But what you can say also on them, the stop loss, then you can use the trailing stop, or you can say you want it above or below those target, and you can make it also, you have you can say if you want it to be a few ticks before the stop loss, or the target if you wanted 5 ticks below or after. Anyway, if we notice this one here now, that entry on the NASDAQ right in front of you, I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep that video a little bit longer. Once we hit the target, does not mean you just finish and hit the target. If you are a closing position from your signal entry, this is a very good potential to reverse the market. So is not just, and you can do that manually. On the auto trade, you cannot do that. Now we are going to hit and close that new signal entry, which on that signal entry, right now we can look up. We already made 100. We made 32 ticks, and I'm gonna show you the efficiency. I apologize, I'm gonna stay on those. I do. Once I hit the target, I don't just say enough. I reverse this market immediately, because once this target hit, that means there is a good potential reversal. It could go farther down, couple of 3 ticks. I cannot aim it to the tick. Could go 3 or 4 or 5 ticks. But once this market hit the target, there is nothing left. And in the meantime, while we are watching this, let's look at the others. Once they hit the target, it was a potential reversal. If we look on the ES right now, this is a new signal on the ES. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and put a buy order. So after you enter the market and you close the position in the market, this is an opening door for you to go ahead and reverse the market, and you can do it manually because you are not calculating anything. The system is calculating everything for you. Okay, let's look at the CL. We can see on the CL, like what I was covering before, look where it is right now at the safe entry. So there is nothing right now here. Let's look at the YM. Target hit on the YM, because this is a new. Look at this, guys. This is a new. Let's look at the NASDAQ one more time. We entered the market. We have a very strong hold here. And let's look at the 30-year Treasury bond. The Treasury bond missed the target by a few ticks. We're not going to take it. The gold, way above. We don't want it anymore. The gold is too late. So I'm going to stop on this one here. And I'm going to stop the video for 5 minutes, and then we will see what happened. I don't need even to stop the video. Now, if you look, the efficiency on that trade, and once the market hit the target right in front of you guys, we had an entry signal, we entered the market, and then when it hit the market, the target, we just reverse it. You close and open position, and now it is going up. So for that system, you can use an auto trade. But if you wanted to be somewhere in this life with the trading, this is a little bit stress-free for you. You just follow the signal and get used to the signal. Nobody is telling you to learn price action. You can automate it, but also it is nice to learn what's going on in the market. And now we are on a reversal. There we go. I took the ES without even looking at that chart. There we go. We are on a $75 on that trade, and it doesn't need a brilliant guy to reverse the market at the target. You don't need to be genius. You don't need even an auto trade to do that. If we notice, this market here hit the target by 1 tick, and now we are earning $75. Where is this market? I will go ahead and it says here sell entry. I can immediately spot where I need to close my position right there if I don't want to be greedy. So you hammer the market on the way down until you get the target, and then if you want it to be more aggressive, especially for an aggressive trader, if you have two short trade to the downside, I will take one more the opposite direction to see it might work or not. So the same thing apply for the Forex, and the same thing apply for the stocks. It is actually I wish today we have a little mixed market in the stocks, but that's okay. Actually, I wish that my traders, you can use the swing trading on that chart so you can learn a little bit about the market while you're looking at it, and it's not costing you anything. I apologize, folks. Took a long time today with that video, and I hope that can help traders. I hope tomorrow also it will be a very good day. God bless you all, and wish you very, very pleasant evening. And be careful on Friday tomorrow. If you wanted to start trading, you need to start a bit early or later on, like what we covered last week on the Friday videos. Thank you, and bye for